All right. Yeah, there's going to be background noise. The fan may be picked up by the headset. Right. We're going to do the usual. Look at what 06/45/2017 has posted recently. In this case, we are going to hit his most recent Whack an Atheist, where apparently he's once again just whacking everybody, or according to some comment or questions on Quora or whatever. I heard he mentioned me in a video recently, so I presume it has to be this one, because the previous ones were a bunch of psalms to sing on the way to Jerusalem, and I couldn't give a flying fuck less. Skimming through the video preview, it didn't look like he went into anything unhinged, so I just skipped those and took the opportunity to rest after being sick. So yeah, here we are. Yawns are starting already. It's pretty hot out there, and the heat makes me yawn like a mother. So yeah, let's get right to it. But before we do, I just want to point down at some of the comments. Take offense at the one atheist that referred to hillbillies, referred to be called Appalachian Americans. Okay. Wonder who that could have been. Someone slobbing on Hovind's knob. Bros arguing against Quora with no, the people who provide answers on that platform. It's like, no, and kind of just arguing with that because that's the way Kent does things. He doesn't seem to differentiate things. And someone asking, is your wife okay? Haven't seen her in a while. So that one's just a nice bit of icing. So let's get right to it.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in lovely Lenox, Alabama. Boy, I got an exciting one for tonight. We're going to change it to whack-a-mole because the atheists are moles in our school system. Kent.
Oh, Kent learned a new analogy.
If we whack them, they get... What happens, brother, if we say we're being mean to them or something? They want to take our channel down. So we're going to whack them all. Okay. We're on a bunch of different channels. Let's see. On
please, Kent. You can say whatever the hell you want on Rumble and they don't give a fuck. Quit whining. You're not on YouTube. You can say whatever retarded shit you want. Oops, I just said the R word. In Kent's case, it's apt.
Facebook, 134,000 subscribers. On Rumble, on Twitter, or X, our app where you get our TV program.
I'm going to be honest. It's a zero fucks kind of day today, so I'm just going to be speaking from the heart.
It's all free. We're trying to help get the gospel out. You can help by subscribe to all of them, okay? And Joseph, you said they can, for TikTok, no, for Facebook, subscribers or something, what do they get? Special?
Yeah, we go Sunday only for them.
Sunday only for them, okay?
And we'll start going once a week for them on the 2
And they can send in questions and we'll answer their question by name if they want. Okay, okay.
Sunday only, you can have, your God Emperor Hovind respond, notice me, Hovind Senpai, notice me.
Sounds good. Now let's see. Do what now?
The same for TikTok.
Same for TikTok. Okay. Okay. Like our channel, share it, subscribe it, tell somebody else about all that stuff. Let's see. Here we are, the 25th of June. It was warm out today, wasn't it? I gave a tour in the Jeep. How'd you guys like the real tour? Oh, did the kids take a bath afterwards? That one mud puddle, Will built that for me. I said, Will, he said, try it. I've been doing it ever since. It's fun. That's part of the real tour. Come on down and see that we're having a lot of fun around here.
I do have to question what extremely rough and rugged roads have to do with the Bible. Oh, wait, I can actually get the metaphor. Honestly, I don't think they see the metaphor, but I think I do. So I still question what it truly has to do. But Kent doesn't teach the Bible. His whole thing is anti-science rhetoric. You'll notice that it's never proper biblical lessons. Everything, when we watch the 2 of the Science Center videos that they managed to get up before the YouTube channel got terminated, and what we've seen of his tour, it's always just anti-evolution rhetoric and isn't stuff just about, the Bible. And it's always, Kent's flavor of things too. Because he has this weird interpretation and Hovindistic nature he puts on everything. Just gotta bring that up. It's been a while since I really pointed into the weirdness of how he does his Bible teaching, where he really cares nothing for the Bible and is, again, obsessed with the idea of evolution and fighting against it. He has to have his boogeyman to battle.
July 6th, in a week and a half, we're going to Kentucky. They're having the atheist rally up there. We'll see if we can talk to...
Hey, Billy. Hey, Seth. And yeah, I forgot to mention that Brock is Giga Chad. True facts. I had that on there when I got talking about the mud holes at DAL, just like the mud holes out on Pearl Lane.
Talk some sense into them. We're going to try. Okay. Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland, 140 acres. Lots to explore around here. Help us stay open for free. We've been doing this for 9 years. I said, Lord, you gave us the property for free. You just supply. I trust God to do it. We just work on donations if you want to help. If you don't, get out of the way. We're going to do it anyway until we run out of money. So if you want to become a member of our 777 Club, we got the idea from Mr. Nelson, who calls himself R and Ra, the sun god.
Ah, we see Kent's on script today. By the way, speaking of being on script, I tried the Hawaiian shirt. A few of you in Discord will have seen it. Yeah, it is most definitely happening. So I'm bringing this Joker to the, I mean, it's not proper Hawaiian. It's a Hawaiian-esque print. Not floral, but kind of. Yeah, I'm totally wearing that as a counterpoint to whatever Hovind wears. Just the perfect symbology.
Ooh, yeah. He said he wants 600.
I'm also debating between my ratty old NASA hat and my new South Park hat. Or maybe both. I'll just swap through the day.
66 people to support him $1 a day for his atheist work. I thought that's just what we need is more atheists out there. But I thought this is a good idea. Let's have those who love God support our ministry. We're trying to get the gospel out. $1 a day.
And if you can support me, you know the ways to. If you want to support a little more directly through a PayPal donation, hit me up in Discord. That will help. Still fighting that fraudulent charge. Not really fighting it. It's just it has to go through the process. So that's taking $100 out of things. But even more importantly, Ambush Apostate. If you have the link to be able to share at this point, or someone. There's a let me click the buttons that do the thing. Actually, there is a QR code to help my buddy. There we go. And let me get the link. I'll do it all in the Hovind voice. Yep, we're gonna do everything in the Hovind voice, and I'm gonna share this in the chat. We gotta do it live, and I'm still confident. We got a little fundraiser, primarily to help Seth get moved down here to Memphis to me. So if you want to help Ambush Apostate leave the crazy world he's in and come to the crazy world that I inhabit, follow that link and give generously. It will help greatly. Let's continue.
Today, trying to get 777 people. I got no idea how many we have. I don't want to know. Okay.
And if I could get 573 people to donate $1 a day, I'd be happy. If you don't know, whenever I bring up the number 573, that is a reference to Konami, the game company that used to make video games that were good. Instead, they make pachinko machines themed off their games, which I like pachinko, but yeah. Their number, the Goroas, sort of a number onomatopoeia thing for 573 in Japanese is a go-nami. So it becomes go-nami, ko-nami. Yeah, it became their thing. You'll see it in Dance Dance Revolution, Castlevania, all kinds of things they do. Hell, the equipment, the system running Dance Dance Revolution arcade games, the classic ones, System 573. Which is a PlayStation. It's modified PlayStation hardware, and they called it System 573. How about that? The more you know. Back to Hovind.
DrDino.com open for 9 years. Whack-a-mole game. We're going to take a whole bunch of atheists on tonight. A whole bunch of them. So hang in there.
Hovind likes to take on a lot of guys at once.
Whack-a-mole. Fun game. The moles stick their head up. You
Film at 11.
whack it back down. Adults love it. I only played it one time, but it was fun. Okay. So many atheists, so little time. The winner tonight, Joseph, I don't know why I've never seen this before. Somebody said, have you ever Googled or checked Quora? Or is it true that atheists put Kent Hovind in prison?
Oh, sorry. I actually had myself perfectly fine and then muted myself. I laughed derisively. Haha, this is going to be great.
I'd never seen that till today. I thought, oh, what is that, 5 years old? Actually, Hovind was in prison after being found guilty by jury trial on 58 counts of fraud and tax evasion. Okay, Quora, you are either ignorant or stupid, okay? Neither of those are true. Go back and watch
Except they are true. I've read the indictment, Kent.
my February 1st show where I showed exactly the charges I was charged with, which have nothing to do with tax evasion or fraud. Read the charges carefully, okay? I show them right on screen. February 1st, open letter to Donald Trump. It's on all of our channels. Pick a channel, go back and watch it. So you're, whoever, Kim, you're either lying or you're uninformed. Maybe stupid's a better word, okay? Then he was imprisoned for assault after having been found guilty by jury trial of beating his wife. Now you're really stupid. None of that's true, okay? It was simply a judge who made the decision. The case is now put aside. It's completely as if it never happened.
I should, but do I really want to argue with him that much about stuff? And also, he's completely lying about the status of this case. Just he's lying completely. This is supreme copium.
We're going to go again. So my ex-wife Cindy accused. It's a long story. Never mind. No, I did not. I've never hurt a woman in my life. Okay, never hit a woman. Never have. Okay, she was attacking me. Fell down. Started screaming and yelling.
If this was so, non-anything, Kent, then why are you explaining it again as if you have to defend yourself? Defend yourself from what? The event that never happened according to what you claim happened with the legal system and their adjudication on such, even though that's not what actually happened? Why are you defending yourself from something that you think never happened?
Long story. We did a reenactment of it on my channel. Is that still up there, Joseph? Someplace?
I'll find it.
See if you can find it. Put a link to that, okay? I did not. She lived with me afterwards for 6 months as husband-wife, and then left. And then 3 months later, 9 months after the event, filed a charge that I body slammed her. It is complete fraud. Did not happen, okay? What she talked to 8 people afterwards, signed an affidavit that said they heard her say to them, he did not body slam me. She's trying to get money. That's all she's trying to do. So,
Oh yes, Kent. She's really just trying to get money. If you haven't listened to the body slam audio, you should.
when it comes to trial, she might be guilty of, well, we shall see. Okay. Anyway, atheists and Hovind. Ken Hovind is an American Christian fundamentalist, apologist, and convicted tax evader.
Oh, what's he doing? Reading the damn Wikipedia article now? Way ahead of you there, Kent. I did it during that nice solid 30 minutes all your cult followers had to defend you, and nobody showed up. Everybody's chickens.
So, whoever wrote that, you don't.
And yes, I realize my chicken sounds like it's dying. I can't shift into those kinds of sounds from my natural voice as quickly as this nasally sounding fuckwit can.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is not true. He's known for his young Earth creationist views and denial of scientific theories. Evolution
That's a damn good point to bring up, Billy. His stuttering is very telling. This happens when he's blatantly lying.
is not a scientific theory. Evolution is a religion. There's nothing scientific about it. If you think there is, show me, okay? He's not an atheist, but rather a creationist who's been involved in debates and discussions with atheists and scientists. That's true. The claim that atheists put Ken Hovind in prison for exposing atheism and evolution is false. Correct. I have said many times when the SWAT team came to my house, they
There was no SWAT team.
said, get every DVD number 5 you can find. That is what happened.
No, it isn't.
They investigated me.
And if DVD number 5 was such contraband and such a forbidden piece of media, it would have been scrubbed from the internet. It would cease to be. It would be illegal to possess. And yet, for some reason, it's not. I love this. It's always Schrodinger's they with these people. There's always this Illuminati and this in this group that's able to do untold things and controlling everything from the shadows, but they're so incompetent they can't just take videos down from the internet. My old job had a guy call in, and he was like, during COVID, he's like, hey, watch Plandemic before they take it down. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Click, bruh, if they could somehow just do this, it would be something where you couldn't upload it at all. There would always be an error. All right, it'd be like freaking being in mainland China and saying Taiwan on your phone. It would automatically, act apeshit. These people are fucking nuts.
For 5 years to find something. The video number 5, The Dangers of Evolution, is what they came and seized. Okay, so I assume that had some kind of connection because it goes against the New World Order.
Yeah, that's totally it, Kent. I'll take things that never happened. And yeah, he's saying he was swatted. And Sleek, no, Logic did not go through DVD 5. You know who did go through DVD 5? Me. It's on my channel. It's a video titled, a 4-hour stream titled Watching the Infamous DVD number 5. Yeah, it is It is one of the things, and I do intend, once I'm at a place where I can do pre-recorded videos better, um, definitely going to go through it piece by piece. It'll probably be a 50-part series, but I feel it's my duty to go through that thing like intimately in a planned reaction. No, Logic went through the bulk of one of his main seminars.
So you can watch it for yourself. That's what they put me in prison for. And we cover all that, the charges and how false they were on that open letter to Donald Trump, February 1st, on all of our channels.
Yep, with no evidence whatsoever. Meanwhile, not only can you read the indictment or hear me read the indictment, as I did a stream where I read the Kent Hovind indictment, but 2006 indictment, but also during the discussion, the debate series between Aaron Ra and Kent, which we, by the way, if you missed it, just finished covering all of Kent's side. So that was a marathon to have to do. Nate Brody explains things quite well, and anyone who can remotely understand the nature of cause and effect, the nature of legalese, and the nature of criminal activity will very quickly see Kent knew exactly what he was doing. And when you look at the actual charges against him, line by line, over a 1-year period, this man pulled out 9,500 on September 11, 2001, by the way, then did it again like on the 13th. You know, this very clear pattern over a period of a year, it becomes obvious what he did.
Channels. Okay, let's see. Hovind was in prison for tax evasion, other financial crime. That is simply not true. You don't know what you're talking about. Whoever
That is absolutely true.
did this one. I think this is just Wikipedia or something. His views are widely dismissed by the scientific community as fringe theory.
FBI, open up! Now, given that, from what I've heard and what I understand, is that, of course, given that others had acknowledged that there were lots of guns in the house, there was a more armed, one could argue a SWAT-esque team there. There was, reasonable force present, i.e. to combat a potential Waco situation, which they were considering, because whenever you're dealing with a religious nut job, you always run the chance of a damn Waco happening. Not that I give a shit, but Kent wants to manipulate that, the fact that they knew there would be guns on the property and they wanted to be, cautious, as some kind of assault. Yet he has no evidence of anything having actually gone on. And indeed, there's the records of the activities that went on, as per my understanding. I would like to get a hold of the exact details, but that's something to hunt for down the line. But this is just Hovind perpetually lying about things the same way he always does. And this is basically the gist. What he's saying in reaction is basically the gist of his letter to Donald Trump, which was total garbage.
And pseudo scholarship. Well, you don't know what you're talking about there. Thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of scientists believe in creation. It's you few on the fringe who believe you.
And Justin bringing up a point that we cannot ignore is that Kent has asked for a pardon. Part of a pardon includes an admission of guilt. So, of course, Kent doesn't even understand what in the world he's talking about. Because why would he?
Came from a rock. We evolved from a dot of nothing exploding. That needs to be exposed. And I will. I'll continue till I die. Then my videos keep going. Stephen, Joseph, you guys going to keep the videos going after I'm dead, right? Okay, keep it up. Okay.
Yeah, right. When nobody's paying them, they're going to fuck it. They're going to fuck off. No one's going to give a shit.
Some atheists and scientists have expressed they do not engage in debates with Hovind because his arguments are considered based.
Yes, he did. And I know there is a link that goes into more details on the, has sort of a moment by moment almost of the entire situation. Yeah, he most definitely threatened an IRS agent. Because, threatening people in the federal government is absolutely fine. Because, that was what all those brave patriots on January 6th did. Fucking idiots. It's treason if you ask me, but what do I know? I'm just some American.
On misinformation, and he is seen as a fraud. No, they won't debate me because they're cowards. That's why. Come on, bring it on. If I'm
Oh, yeah, here we go. Debate me, bro. Debate me. Let's let him get through it before I say my usual retort.
a fraud, expose me. Bring it on.
Let's see. Logic exposed you. R and Raw exposed you. Paula G has exposed you. AJ's gone in depth at exposing you. Let's see, who else? Oh, that trucker Billy, someone who's, actually been in your presence and was once a fan of yours for whatever level that is. I say that only in the fact that Billy was positive at a point, then realized, oh, this guy's full of crap. So fan may be a little too strong. But yeah, they've exposed you in immaculate detail. And of course, there's me reacting to the past 10 months of your garbage in real time and damn near right after it's been released, usually within a day, depending on how I feel. But at this point, it's just something fun to do for me.
Okay. Hovind's been accused of being a con man.
Oh yes, I totally forgot Emma Thorne. I apologize. I should never ever have forgotten Emma. Never forgotten Emma. Emma. Let's see. S'mores Pop Tarts. Waco. You'll have to look it up. Although on the 30th anniversary, I did write a piece on it. Let me copy the link. All right, link coming in for those interested in my commentary on Waco on the 30th anniversary. Very long story short on Waco. Religious group, extreme religious group, Branch Davidians, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms in early '93 got wind that there were at that time illegal weapons in their possession. Actually, there still are a lot of them, fully automatic and the like. Went to serve a warrant to search. Gunfire began exchanged. Then came a something like 73-day standoff that ended on April 19th. Of 1993 with a final push in by the ATF that for whatever reason resulted in a fire that ended up killing a bunch of people, lots of kids, and of course the cult leader. I'm not going to get into the details, the nitty gritty of it here. I don't want this turning into a conspiracy hellscape. My chat focus here is Hovind, but that was Waco. Harassed multiple IRS agents over a period of months, years with letters. The thing that got him in trouble was when on his radio show, he prayed for Scott Schneider and basically said, God, get him. Yeah, that was it. Thank you, AJ. I mean, this is why people like AJ are so, I say it in the Hovind voice. No, seriously. This is why people like AJ and stuff are so critical to this, because they just have so much more deep knowledge of the lore of Hovind than I do. And everything I learn from them. So I'm still having to piece things together. His more recent shenanigans and whereabouts, I've been mostly on top of that, but only insofar as I can piece, things together. Whereas you guys pick up all kinds of stuff in the background. It's just craziness. Seinfeld made a funny Pop-Tart movie that a scene where breakfast mascots reenact January 6th. No, I did not. That's weird. Everyone's very happy to see AJ. Let us continue with the Hovind while I check out your all your awesome comments.
You can get accused of all kinds of things, okay? What have I found guilty of?
You were convicted, Kent. You served time. That was nearly a decade ago that you got out. It's nearly 2 decades ago when all this stuff happened. Come on, Kent.
His religious beliefs to defraud people out of their money. When have I ever done that? How long have you known me, Steve?
No, Waco was 93. 93. And yeah, there's a ton of documentaries on Waco. Very well covered thing. And was the direct cause of the Oklahoma City bombing 2 years later.
6 years? Do I do that? Okay. And your wife works in the office and sees all the books and the donations?
Hey, your wife works in the office. No one cares, Kent. What I do care about, however, as I readjust my headset, is Maria's comment here. For me, it's not just his material. It's his comportment. Participants in a debate should exhibit some honor and respect. Chicken noises are not that. Yep.
Coming in? Do I defraud people out of their money? and spousal abuse. That you better go back and watch your enactment. Did you find that, Joseph? They're not yet.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that reenactment, try to find it. I'm sure one of us in the community has it mirrored, but I don't know who. It is ridiculous. Hovind has some big ass dude trying to be Cindy, and just it's a piss ass reenactment of what went on with the audio of the incident put over it, and it's terrible.
Okay. He continues
Would be laughably terrible if it didn't deal with him outright denying that spousal abuse happened, which you were found guilty of, Kent.
to have a following among certain groups who believe in his creationist teachings. That's true, and it's growing rapidly.
No, it's not. You're weaker than you've ever been.
The relationship between atheists and Kent Hovind is characterized by disagreement over scientific and religious beliefs. That's correct. Evolution is a religion. All the science points to the fact there had to be a designer. Somebody created this world. So science is on our side. It's you guys that have the religion. Yeah, you're right. There's a disagreement.
Not me, you. Get him.
Over science and evolution religion. Atheists generally reject his creationist teachings, views, and questioning his integrity and motives. Obviously, because I expose the stupidity of their position. They reject my creationist views because they don't want God telling them what to do. That's AI-generated answer. Well, call AI and tell them to get the facts straight, okay? Is it true they put him in prison for exposing atheism? Let's see, Fred Kavish. Oh, whoever he is. No, nothing to do with atheists and nothing to do with him exposing atheism and evolution, since he didn't do that either.
AJ with the bangers. Citing a person in the room actually makes them less credible, Kent. Yep.
I do that all the time. Evolution is a religion, okay? And by the way, Fred, I'll debate you anytime. I don't know who you are. I'll debate you anytime.
I'll debate anybody, then get in contact with these people, you lazy git.
Bring it up, okay? The police, most of whom are Christian, and government, consisting mostly of Christians, put Kent in prison for being a criminal. That is not true. I didn't break any laws. The government broke 100 laws to put me in prison. The U.S. attorney that
No, they didn't.
put me in prison flew to Detroit after he got me in jail.
The guy signed a bit of paperwork and was tangentially involved in your case, and yes, he was a sick fuck, and fuck him. That's irrelevant to your guilt or innocence.
Have sex with a 5-year-old and got arrested and hung himself. Google John David Roy Atchison. That was the U.S. attorney that put me in jail. He's a pedophile. The other U.S. attorney, Michelle Heldemeyer, her husband was, I don't know what all happened, the details there, I don't remember, was on a child pornography list or something. Get the facts straight.
I don't remember what random shit I made up about this guy. Hovind.
Okay? Hovind's one of my favorite con men, and one of the reasons that I spend so much time on these boards showing the idiocy of young Earth creation. Well, Fred, debate me live.
Nino, audio that exists says otherwise to the second part of your statement there.
I think you're a keyboard warrior. I don't think you have any guts. Bring it up, okay? Call me, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4, and you'll see, okay?
How about you contact people, Kent? How about you do some legwork? Okay? Too damn lazy? Too busy watching Mark Felton World War II documentaries, taking naps, working on your precious PowerPoint slides, and jerking it to interviews of yourself?
He lied, cheated, and stole. I did not do any of that. Didn't lie, didn't cheat, didn't steal anything. The government stole everything from me, which made him a criminal. He tried to defraud and steal from his fellow citizens by not paying taxes. Fred, was that his name? Yeah, Fred. I have paid every tax I owe, okay? I don't.
Yes, Kent, and by saying that, you create the loophole where you can presume, like Sovsits do, that you don't owe certain taxes, and therefore, you're fine. Oh, I don't owe this tax, so I don't have to pay it, except you do. But I'm a sovereign citizen, so I don't owe this. It's funny that the man, we presume, has a driver's license and the like, some of the stuff Sovsits never get. Like, he half-asses everything. He's a half-ass, like, moon denier. He's like, they went, but the footage was bad, so they faked the footage. Like, what the fuck? He's a half-ass sovereign citizen. God. And Owen's a quarter-ass everything.
I think everybody should obey the law, including the government. I did not evade any taxes, and none of my charges were that either. How can you guys be so dumb? Let's see. He lied about it and filed a false paperwork. No, I did not. He claimed that he had no income. Well, that's true. That was true, okay? Even though bank records showed he was banking $1 million.
Well, extension 3 goes to Ken Hovind's phone, but extension 4 is what you call the setup debates and the like.
billion a
Yeah,
year. Well,
it used to be calling Standing for Truth, but he got tired of having to market the Hovind and didn't want to lose his precious channel when Hovind got banned. So clearly, having the channel and making money is more important to Standing for Truth than spreading the word. Just think about that.
the ministry was, I bet the Walmart puts in a lot of money in the bank, in and out of the bank. Does that mean the owner of Walmart is all his personal money? It was a ministry doing transactions like everybody else. Pensacola Christian College turned him in. That is true. Okay. Becca Horton was involved in reporting me for no good reason, putting him on my case. After 5 years of investigating me, they couldn't find anything wrong. So they charged me with the dumbest charges. They charged me with obstructing a tobacco officer in the line of his duty coming to investigate our tobacco warehouse. Watch.
Somewhere deeply worded inside of the laws related to stuff that was happening, there might be something that can be interpreted as that passage, but that would be a part of something much larger as a statute. Like, I know where Kent is going with this, and that's what it is. He's trying to act like this random paragraph that's irrelevant when all these others apply is the only thing that was going on, and just to try to make things seem ridiculous. It's like, no, Kent. And if this all-powerful they were able to do whatever they want, they would have just done it and then mopped up the loose ends early. Again, Schrodinger's they're all powerful, can do whatever, but they're completely incompetent. They don't have to play by arbitrary rules of faking or just manipulating procedure, but only half-ass doing it.
Watch the video, February 1st, open letter to Donald Trump. Can you put a link to that in there too, brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super chat from Rogue Rainbow. Sorry, for some reason I got Nino on the brain. I guess because I accidentally traumatized them. Rogue Rainbow with a $27.99 Canadian super chat. Did I just hear him say call AI and tell him he's wrong? AI and tell him he's wrong. His technological illiteracy genuinely pisses me off sometimes. He probably did. I don't know. It obviously went through my one ear and out the other on my end. And don't forget the animal stuff. He watches a disturbing amount of animal videos. Yeah, it's a quote from a source. I forget exactly which one. One of the more eccentric anti-Hovindites who still like a hyper creationist and stuff. So I don't really quite touch him. Theo is the name, I think. That's I think where the allegation source is. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me, especially given Hovind's obsession with animal reproduction. And when did he say the moon thing? It was a couple of months ago. He hinted at it. I forget where. I apologize. There's way too much. But if asked, his statement on the moon landings is that they went, I guess, meaning only Apollo 11, but the footage was bad, so they faked it. So he agrees with the fake footage theory, but that it was only faked because the footage was bad when they actually went. It's so fucking ridiculous. So ridiculous.
He was convicted by a court, mostly of Christians. I don't know if they were or not. Two different juries refused to indict, or refused to find me guilty. They called a third jury. Finally, the judge told them to find me guilty. You better watch the details on that trial, okay? Ended up
when all the court records are there, but wait, he's gonna say the court records were fudged and sanitized and stuff when that's not the case at all.
spending 12 years. No, it was 9. Okay. October, Hovind was indicted by another federal grand jury on a count of mail fraud, 1 count of conspiracy with Paul Hansen to commit mail fraud, and 1 count of criminal contempt, interfering with the sale of Pensacola properties, which he was forced to forfeit. Nothing happened. Okay. We filed a letter.
Kent, you guys literally harassed a guy nonstop until his passing because he bought one of the properties that you used to own. Your cult used to constantly harass him at your command. All right, this is a real thing. I think Billy did a video on it relatively recently. So you want to check that out. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Because they used to own like all of that area, like most of Cummings and another road. Because DAL started in Hovind's backyard at 29 Cummings. I know, right? And he just expanded it. You know, his little cult bought all those houses and stuff. And then a lot of them got taken, seized as part of the assets for the debts he owed, and then sold to other people. And from what I've heard, there's still animosity between, Eric and his side of things, since they kept control along with, Joe Hovind and like on all these things. Still animosity with other people. And Eric was involved in the harassment back when he and Kent were still on good terms. And then after the issues with Joe, Kent and Kent divorcing, seems like Eric basically disowned his father. Don't much like Eric, but smart move on that end.
They're saying there's a lis pendens. Litigation is still pending. Before you do anything, this property's not you can't sell it yet. Litigation is still pending. You need to call Paul Hansen about that. Prior to this,
Mark Stoney is the source. I know Theo's was the source of a lot of things. Yeah, Mark Stoney's a good guy. Definitely. Not gonna besmirk Mark Stoney. Dude's great. Another word that I can't remember. Somebody asked earlier, but I had to step away from the chat. But yes, Robert Beatty is on the Wayback Machine. Yeah, Robert Beatty's website's well archived, apparently. So, Dr. Peel is also the banana amazing atheist using his Banana Gate video. It's the same banana. Matt Powell specifically bought it because it was the one amazing atheist did his banana. Yep, true story.
he was arrested for assault, battery, and burglary. Really? When did that happen? August 20?
I mean, I've only had light interaction with Mark Stoney, but everything I've seen, great guy.
2002? You better show some evidence for that one.
And if he wants to distance himself, like I understand that that's what he wants, distance himself from Hovind and the like, that's totally, his right. I'm glad he's doing it. Glad he's focusing on more important things in his life. Leave it to me to waste my life away arguing with this dumbass on the internet. And by arguing with him, I mean, reacting to his videos in the same way he reacts to stuff. People forget that when they criticize me for doing these videos. I'm just doing the same as his whacking atheist. Just whack a Hovind.
I don't remember that one. I think I would have been there. The charges were apparently dropped. Okay. It doesn't mean they're not true. Oh, look, Fred, you're desperate, aren't you? Okay. Especially considering his subsequent history. He was arrested in Alabama, domestic violence against his estranged wife. And sentenced to a year in jail. Well, it was a 30-day sentence, and it didn't serve a day and didn't serve one minute. The case was put aside. It's going to be retried. Okay. And I did not do anything.
Hey, I'm just saying, anyone wants to describe themselves as me as one of their friends, feel free. I welcome it. Just saying. So, if you wish to claim me as a friend, go for it. Free Chris, just add water.
Hovind has exposed and proven nothing at all about evolution. He obviously is just in it for the money from his gullible contributors.
Oh, yeah. That's all it is, Kent. I mean, no, I think you do genuinely believe this crap. But I also know that you've been huffing your own farts for so long that... Sorry, I had to cough. And you've seen how lucrative this is, that backing away would mean no income, and that you'd have to get real work or get involved with the government to get that sweet Social Security that you never fucking paid into.
Claims to be an expert even though he has no college degrees of any type from an accredited college or university anywhere. He has no training in geology or paleontology and would like to call himself Dr. Dino. Even other creationists don't like Hovind. Ooh, I'm scared stiff now.
What a childish reaction. Ooh, I'm scared stiff now. Dude, that should tell you something when other creationists distance themselves from you.
Look, I don't work for any of those. I'm trying to please God. And let's see.
I don't see you on your knees there, Hovind.
If you don't like my degrees, call me Kent. I call for the debate, Fred. If somebody...
All right, fuckface. Since you don't care what I call you, because that's how your spiel normally goes about the degrees, call you Bubba. I'll just call you fuckface.
Comes through college and gets a degree and believes they related to a potato and they came from a rock. I don't like their degree too much either, but that's okay. I won't argue that. All this is called an ad hominem attack. What is this one? Oh.
You wouldn't know what an ad hom is if it smacked you in the face.
They say, Answers in Genesis does not agree with me on some things. Well, it's a good thing I don't work for them, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, except you're going to go up to the ARC protest to tacitly, if in passing, defend the arc.
Ken Ham, Sephardi, and Reeland, I respect those guys. I love what they do. I promote their ministry. We sell some of their products.
All right, but if I'm I'm getting attacked by the Viking friends. I mean, send the other friends my way. I need more friends in Sweden, so I have a reason to emigrate and disappear. I can go above the Arctic Circle. I can go where there's perpetual twilight, where I am welcome, where I will feel at home, and where I can write the best metal.
If they don't reciprocate, okay, their loss. Okay, let's see. So if you ever want to believe he exposed evolution, feel free. He did nothing but of the kind. Doesn't even have the education or knowledge to do that. Oh, well, Fred, call and show how dumb I am. Please schedule a debate, okay? You go first. Present the best evidence for evolution.
I should remind everybody, apparently I'm brought up somewhere in this. I'm not 100% on if it is this one, but it would have to be because I don't see Kent having brought me up in the previous two Psalms videos he did. So this should be good.
Expose it as nothing but a religion. So there you go. And just so you know, it had nothing to do with atheists. I want to put out there, even though I'm not an atheist. Well, you're sure supporting their cause, so I'll debate you anyway. Bring it on. Kent Hovind gives Christians in general and creationists in particular a very bad name. I'm not sure why you would listen to him, but you can claim him if you want. Okay. This entire line of ad hominem attacks against me. I like this coffee cup. I don't have short attention span. I just, oh, look, a squirrel. It's not true, okay? None of that's true. It's to divert attention from the facts I point out about their stupid evolution religion. That's what they're afraid of, okay? They can't come up with any real scientific evidence for evolution, so they resort to this stupid tactic. It shows how scared they really are. All of you, bring it on. Let's see, divine atheist. Whoa. Who's the divine atheist?
Kent, there is no way he could function in the workplace. He could have when he was a teenager, young adult. Not now. His narcissism and his ego have grown so massive and unstable, there's no way. And he'd be a real shitty boss. Real shitty lead. Real shitty manager of any kind.
Just Barry the roofer. Absolutely. He was obviously completely innocent of all the fraud and tax evasion, but we atheists hate it when mountains of scientific evidence for evolution are completely debunked by a hillbilly from Alabama with a rubber mallet and a terrible
Ah, there's the hillbilly comment. Ha ha ha. Nice.
shirt. My whacking atheist mallet is.
Now I'll be clear. I will make a stance that I am neutral to the Hawaiian shirts. It's just a funny motif, and it's fun to pick at. But I'm completely neutral to them. Ken can wear whatever he wants. If he wants to relax, sure. But I mean, this man's never relaxed.
Made of wood, not rubber, okay? And I'm not a hillbilly from Alabama. I'm originally from East Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah, you're a hillbilly from East Peoria, Illinois. You're like Chris Cece from Westchester County, New York. Or no, Chris Cece from New York, Westchester County. There we go. I had to get it right. You always got to say the whole thing.
I moved down here. I love it down here, okay? What else did I say on that? Oh, here it is. A terrible shirt. Look, this has a picture of one of the most handsome men in the world right here. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, he's wearing the weird shirt that's got his face on it. God, that's creepy. Oh, yeah, because there's this whack an atheist shirt. I see the Batman-style whack right there.
What do you mean a terrible shirt? Somebody had this made for me. Whack. I'm sorry you don't like my shirt. I'll tell you what. Close your eyes. Better yet, change the channel if you don't like it, okay? We had no answer whatsoever to his observations that a dog only gives birth to a dog. It never gives birth to a cactus. I've never said such a stupid thing. Now
I'd love to see Kent try to do remotely any of my work. And also, Kent, you do say that kind of crap. When one extrapolates what you're saying, boils it down to the basic core principle, yeah, that is what you say. Constantly.
I bet you do believe, though, that a dog
X random existing species creates Y very different existing species. Just whole cloth. Like, no, Kent.
and a cactus have a common ancestor, don't you? I bet you believe you have a common ancestor with a cactus, don't you? Be honest. That's what your chart shows. So we chucked him in prison for revenge for demolishing hundreds of years of scientific discovery. What scientific discovery? There's no evidence for evolution. None. Bring it.
It's like he's crying when he says that. There's no evidence for evolution. Please believe me, guys. Please. Please believe the Hovind. I need your money. Otherwise we can't finish Noah's Ark. Kids at St. Jude's Children's Research Center, located here in Memphis, treating childhood cancer that your God does nothing about, could have used those donations, but no, we need them for the Ark. Fuck you, Kent.
Get on, show it to me. Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4. Joseph, can you find either one of those to get the link in there?
They're both in there.
Okay.
On all platforms.
On all platforms?
On all platforms.
All platforms.
Wait. Shatter's calling me slow? I mean, yeah, I'm slow. How slow are we talking, though? I need to know. I need to be made aware of this.
Okay, there's the link.
Links in the chat of all platforms.
The link to the open letter to Donald Trump, watch that, and the link to Cindy screaming and yelling and cursing and using God.
Oh, right, Chris. CC, Chris from New York, Westchester County. Sorry, I already forgot I was making CC references. The dude's hilarious until he starts being an arrogant prick. Like, he's almost seems like friendly until you realize he's an asshole. It's like, okay.
God's name in vain and attacking me to get my phone. There was no crime. I did not hit the woman. Never hurt a woman. Okay. So she's lying. Hi, Peggy Sue. Oh, Chris Lang. Let's start with the fact that Kent Hovind isn't Dr. Kent Hovind. Well, if you don't like my degree, too bad. Okay. I got 3 earned doctorates and 1 honorary. If you don't like them, call me Kent. That's fine. Okay. Like I said, if you
Yep, and I've got 5 earned, Kent, so up yours.
believe you came from Iraq and got 40 doctorates, I don't like your degree too much either. Okay. Having several degrees, Kent Hovind doesn't have a doctorate in degrees from all from unaccredited universities. So, if somebody went to school in England and got a degree from a university that was not accredited here, but it is over there, would you still call him doctor? Was Charles Darwin a scientist who got a degree in theology? Huh? Anyway, these guys are hypocrites. His degrees are in music. Really? You better do some research. I don't have a degree in music. Christian education. Nothing.
Well, Kent wasn't paroled. He did his time and then was let out. There was no parole period or anything on this stuff, from my understanding. No, there was like a small, couple of months he had to do what was technically a kind of house arrest, but it was like a very basic thing, and then boom, things were done.
Vaguely related to paleontology or any other branch of science. Kent Hovind was in prison for tax fraud by the U.S. government. Nothing but a fraud, and even openly criticized by Answers in Genesis for continuing with discredited arguments that the rest of the young Earth creationism movement has abandoned.
Yeah, like those damn Ica stones.
This said, since you watch Fox News and support Donald Trump, I can see why you would buy into his.
Oh, hit him where it hurts, baby.
This Chris, you're desperate. You especially, Chris. We'll debate you. Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4.
I'm not desperate, Kent. Honest. Oh, wait, I'm not Chris Lang. Never mind. Sorry, you just get trained to hear your voice. Hear your voice, hear your name. If I hear my own voice and it's not a recording of me, I'm going to be concerned.
Somebody contact Chris and say, Chris, Kent Hovind challenged you to a debate. You go first.
How about you contact them, Kent? How about you do that? Okay? How about you go through the effort? You lazy git.
The evidence for evolution. Discredited arguments, show me which one. Okay. If other creation ministry don't like some of the arguments I use, okay, they shouldn't use them then. I don't like some of the arguments they use, okay, but I don't fight them. They're allies. Let's see, here we go. From Robert Kearns, Divine Atheist. Oh. It's another anti-atheist smear. Although the reason was for atheists to rejoice in his incarceration, it was the IRS that charged.
Okay, so with CC, there's points where he's just kind of stupid and doing your typical flurf thing, and then he just crosses a certain line. It's hard to describe. I mean, he always is kind of a prick, but there's a level of it where you can just tolerate. I mean, look at my character that I play online, you know. But with CC, there's like a point where he just goes on too long and just becomes a complete dick bag, you know. It's usually pretty quick in the video, but sometimes for a moment he's tolerable.
Charged him with a bundle of tax evasions. No, there's no tax evasion. You guys need to look at the charges. Open letter to Donald Trump. Let's see. He was a scofflaw. No, I love the law. I think we should all obey the law. We invite all the law officers in our area, police and sheriffs, to come fishing in our lake, don't we? The only ones we allow.
And then we bribe them to keep them away from investigating this place because they don't need to find what's really here. Don't look under the floorboards of GBC. You might be surprised. Hovind makes John Wayne Gacy look like a saint.
To come. Military, ex-military, police, and ex-police. We pay them for the fish. We stock the lakes. We feed the fish. And they're the only ones that get to come fishing. We want to support them. I call in frequently when I see something wrong going on. Say, look, policeman, you need me to come out here and fix this problem, okay? He was, after all, beholden to no one but God. Apparently, he forgot Jesus' words.
Yeah, the clip of CC where his wife walks in and is like, not this shit again, is just perfect. I remember, someone like CC can get married, there's hope for everybody.
Surrender to Caesar. I thought Caesar was dead. Joseph, do some research. Is Caesar still alive? You Google that, okay? I don't think I'll Caesar anything. If I do, let me know, okay? Philosophy. Oh, Owen. He's a criminal history, public record. That's true. Not that it was criminal.
Oh, Owen, like you know this guy.
There is a public record. There's on you too. You should see the record God has on everybody. He was sent to prison for tax evasion. No, I was not. You guys knock it off. He's a charlatan and a swindler. He's a crook, a criminal.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't actually look like I'm in this one at all. Just kind of zipped ahead a little bit just to see. But we're going to finish it up. I didn't do it just because the potential of me being in it. I did it because, you know, it's Hovind's most recent video, and that's what we do here.
Well, Owen, call for a debate. Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. We'll feed you and house you and put you in one of our cabins, show you our science center, and you can sit right here and have the debate live. Show me where I'm a swindler or a charlatan.
Hovind, 6 months, 9 months, something like that. It was just under a year left is what I know.
I love the Lord. I'm honest. I try to do the best I can to serve him and please him. Just like more recently sent to jail for spousal abuse. You're really stupid, Owen. I was not, okay? He got off light and easy. Should have received maximum penalty. Didn't get any penalty at all. There was a case that, whatsoever reason, he pressed official charges filed. He assaulted a minor.
Yeah, that's the key thing. It takes time for people to heal past abuse when they're freed from the situation to a point where they can actually come out about it. And that length of time is usually dependent on how severe the abuse was. So taking months upon months, that says plenty.
They would never press a charge. What evidence do you have of that? Oh, and that's called slander. Actually laid hands upon a kid and assaulted him. Where are you guys getting this stuff?
I'm sure there's a source on that.
That should have landed him in prison. He had a kid drown and die at a so-called park. That should have...
Oh, Kent, didn't you say nobody needs to bring it up anymore, and you're about to go on a 30-minute tirade about it, ain't you? Ain't you, big boy?
Led to charges. You better watch. Was that 2 nights ago I covered that? Yeah, go back 2 nights on our show. I covered clearly what happened to Stephen. I was a quarter mile away. His dad was right there. His mom was right there. They were playing pool. It's just an accident. Give the family a break. They don't think we did anything wrong. Why do you? You weren't there. You have nothing to do with it. The family loves our ministry. Anyway, he seems to have a whole lot of criminal history.
So wait, Kent, you say we weren't there, so we have nothing to do with it. Yet you are all up in everybody else's lives. You asked Emma Thorne how many people she'd been intimate with, for fuck's sake. And it took a bit for me to say that because it's so goddamn creepy. What in the living fuck does that matter to you? What does it affect? But that kid drowning at your park shows that the place is unsafe, intrinsically, inherently unsafe. And no, that family isn't happy with you. They weren't. That's all I'll say on that matter. So you're lying about them. And of course, like everything, you miss, or I should say obfuscate the point entirely of why it's such a big deal bringing up that a kid drowned at your children's theme park. If you want to call DAL that. Just, I don't know, Kent. Oh no, seems a little weird that you act like it doesn't matter to people, but you want to ask shit like how many people someone's been intimate with, when that has absolutely fuck all to do with anything. But you wouldn't comprehend that.
Because you make it all up. All proved, well known. No, it's not true. Okay. He's a not good person people think he is. Okay, stay away from you, I guess. Okay. The same as his boy wonder sidekick that is puppeting him now.
This is back in the Matt Powell days.
Now, let's see. Daniel said, "Why won't some atheists debate Kent Hovind? Don't wrestle a pig in the mud. You'll get dirty, and the pig enjoys it." Well, I know you atheists are pigs, and I probably shouldn't wrestle you in your mud, but I will. I'll take a chance. I can take a shower afterwards. Had 388 debates. Bring it on. I'll take on 10 at a time.
It's been 388 for a while now, Kent. Mr. I want to reach 1,000 before I die. Doing a terrible job of it. And maybe if you reached out to people and, actively set these things up yourselves or had your goons set up stuff. I keep telling you, if you want to debate me so bad, have your clown set stuff up. But it's going to be on my terms. And you're the one who wants it, not me. Otherwise, quit bitching.
What would any notable atheist gain by debate with Kent Hovind? Oh, they'd gain some real knowledge. They'd learn that God made the world, and he owns it, and he makes the rules, and he's going to be their judge one day, whether you like it or not. Making fun of my shirt. Can you believe that, Joseph?
He really is bitter over that.
Okay. Hovind's followers are hardcore creationists. Oh, they're smart then. Yeah. They have learned through years to close their mind to scientific arguments, such as what, Daniel? Give me a scientific argument. We see cows produce cows. What is the scientific argument for cows being related to bananas? That's what your chart shows. Let me show you. Here.
Oh, hell, he's bringing out the chart. Kent, that's just lines on paper.
Cows related to bananas. Do you believe this chart, Daniel? You think this should be taught as science in a science class? Come take our tour. So you boys are 10 years old. After the tour today.
Ladies and germs, I don't know if he's still in the chat or if he just popped in to say hey, but we've got Prince Watercress in the chat. Now, most of y'all will not know who he is, but this is one of my absolute best buddies. Has been for 15 years easy now. Me and this boy met at the mall playing Dance Dance Revolution. All right, that's the kind of nerds we are. Does Kent make up all his own bullshit, or does he ask a robot to do it? He is the robot making up the bullshit. He just feeds himself his own garbage over and over. Oh, man. He's something special.
We learned there's, 120 varieties of ducks. They had a common ancestor called a duck. 10 years old, smarter than you college professors. Because you think a duck's related to a potato, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's little chance of arguing with Hovind would help his followers see reason. That's a cop-out, Daniel. You're a coward is the real reason, okay? Creationist leaders are trained debaters. Really, I've never had a debate class in my life. Make their opponents look bad in a debate with tricks like Gish Gallop. Not me. I say one topic at a time. Give me one topic.
No, but you don't hold yourself to that, Kent. You have your 6 kinds of evolution, which is intrinsically, 5 different tangentially related but very different fields of science. And also, you do your one topic at a time spiel because the greatest facet of evolution, when you look at individual things, it can be easy to make something seem ridiculous. But when you look at the entire nested nature of it, how well so many elements of science go together towards the grand concept, both biologically and even into and including the 6 kinds you want to make things out to be. Yeah. It's pretty open and shut. And your little one topic at a time is designed to obfuscate that.
Topic, let's discuss it. I don't go through 40 topics like you atheists do. Watch R and Ra, the way he debates. Gives you
No, he's very on point.
30 topics and you don't have time to cover them. He's the Gish Galloper, okay? Let's see. They use arguments that makes the opponent flounder because there isn't enough time in the debate. Okay, bring it one at a time. Who are you? Daniel, you pick the best 3. Best 3 evidence is revolution, and we'll limit it to those 3 only. You select the topics. Call Joseph, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4. Please book them. Let's see, Dustin, a retired art teacher. Oh no, there's an expert on evolution, right? And a museum curator consultant. So you check on their artwork, see if it's okay. How effective are his arguments? Not effective at all. Well, you would know, Dustin. After all, you're an art teacher. First of all, he's doing.
Maria says, Kent, I wouldn't sit down to have a cup of coffee with you. Can't trust you not to turn verbally abusive at worst and horribly boring at best. Follows up with you can, and then she's going to have something else to say. The crazy thing is, it is very, very good chance that I will meet this son of a bitch here in week and a half. That fucks with your head. Me and him are going to be in the same space. I might have a discussion with him. I might have a little mini debate with him. I may or may not record it. I don't know. It's going to happen. That's weird. Really weird. It's like going in the Twilight Zone. He's bragged about learning from Gish. What an absolute asshat. Yeah. Oh, Dwayne Gish was a great friend of mine. Won all kinds of debates. Did everything really good. What was great with handies, if you know what I mean. First evidence of evolution. Evolution cunt. Evolution happens. Yeah. I love that one. Just straight up. Return instead of lead. Understandable, Maria. Understandable. I do that all the time.
Something exceptionally foolish. He's doing something extremely foolish. He's arguing against reality. Really, Dustin, cows produce cows.
I mean, it's been all these years, and yet he's just still so bitter about R and Raw. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's the reality. Cows being related to, that's not a reality. That's an imaginary world you guys live in. Evolution exists. It's an observed fact. It's been.
No, it's not me. Hovind went to potato quality again, so enjoy the fewer pixels. Dino lamp still looking good, if only it was turned on.
Seen to occur many, many times in real time in the fossil record. Well, Dustin, please call in and show me where that is true. Where has anybody seen evolution in real time? And how could any fossil count? When you find bones in the dirt, all you could prove is it died. You don't know it's changing.
I've watched you evolve into a pile of sludge over, 35 years of video recordings of you.
Into anything. And why would you give these magical powers to fossils to turn into something else that no animal today can do? You guys are deluded. Theory of evolution is a description of how this real life mechanism occurs. It doesn't occur. I'll tell you what, Dustin, if you think.
Yeah, we hadn't mentioned the Nussy in a while, but Does that thing have its own social security number yet, Kent?
Think it does? Call, please. Show us. Show us how this works, okay? It's an incredibly complex description. We're close to 200 years of nonstop lying.
Oh, Seth, he definitely does. He definitely does.
Oh, I'm sorry. Verification, and exploration, and improvement. Well, show me. It hasn't been proven anything about
Go, gadget pixel reducer.
it in 200 years. If we look his actual arguments, he does not have a single one that poses the most basic critical thinking test. Okay, I'll tell you what, Dustin.
I think Aaron taught a lot of us what a eukaryote is, and I thank him for that.
I predict that one of our goats, one of our sheep up on the North 40 is going to have a baby, okay? I predict it'll be a sheep. Even though that sheep is up there running freely with the donkeys.
Hey, Deviant, where's the hubby to be? I haven't seen him in a hot minute. If he's off working or something, tell him I said hey.
And the cows and the squirrels. I bet you $100 it's going to be a baby sheep. Now take me on? Come on. Okay. Evening, Brother Hovind. Hey, Daniel, thank you. Not the same Daniel being discussed, okay? They're all based on apologetics or misinterpretation. Well, that's a generic statement. Come on, put some meat on the bones. Show me what you mean. Give me some facts, okay? Many of his arguments are simply vacuous rhetorical questions which suffer from various logical issues, such as non sequitur.
There we go. We got Shunk here. What up, bro?
Or begging the question, well, why don't you show me specifically? You make these generic claims, okay? Be specific, please. So he has no.
Yeah, it hit me too. I mean, there's no appreciation for the arts when it comes to Hovind, unless you're doing it all to make your god go.
Arguments. He makes up stuff. That's what you've done, your whole comment here, against physical reality. Well, the physical reality is cows produce cows, and sheep produce sheep, and dogs produce dogs. That's the reality. That's what you guys cannot get in your head. It doesn't go any further than that. Hovind doesn't care if he loses. Show me one I've lost. Pick out the best debate you think I lost. You call in, and let's do a show on that one. Show me where I lost. He's interested in selling tickets to his shows. Do I ever sell tickets?
Kent is Jabba the Hutt. Want a da evolution, raw? Oh, Jedi, no evolve. Like Hoodies has that weird thing where sometimes it's just straight up basic. Actually, wait. Okay, what is... Remind me, fellow nerds, because I've forgotten. What is the name of the actual language spoken in, like the English spoken in Star Wars? It's my understanding that's basic, because the written language is Arabic. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm going to go on that presumption and say it's funny that with Huttese, random basic slipped its way in there.
I don't think I've ever sold tickets to my shows. His books and DVDs and CDs and T-shirts. Oh, yeah, you're welcome to buy those. And my policy has always been, you can buy it. If you buy my book, read it, return it, get your money back.
Buy my book. Buy my book. Tell me what very underrated 90s cartoon that's from. You'll win an internet cookie.
You buy my DVDs, make copies, and return it and get your money back. Many atheists you know do that? Who's in it for the money? Yeah, okay. There you go. They wasted their lives on religion when they should be getting educated. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Watercress. Gonna definitely be reminding Kent of Aaron in one way or another.
So they believe they came from a rock, which came from a dot of nothing exploding. If he did lose, his flock of psychopaths, sycophants and gulliballoons will still lap up his vomit. I see, okay. Let's see. Oh, right there.
Yeah, Kiwi, I rewatched that a couple of weeks back, maybe a month ago. It was quite enjoyable. I think we may look at that one down the line.
Here, last one. Ken Hovind went to prison for fraud. He'd been arrested for domestic abuse where he beat up his former partner. I don't think he went to prison for it, though. He certainly should have. It sounds like Sarah, Pina, whatever. You're all open-minded, okay? He's a con artist, pretty much everything.
You know, I don't want to... There is nothing in the works currently. I want to preface this with that. But in some casual chatting with Simon Dan, if Kent and I were to have a debate, Dan has offered his channel as the platform. Again, nothing is in the works. But if he and I were to do any kind of online debate like that, he's offered the platform, and that's what I would choose as my preferred place. So, yeah.
Okay, I want one quick short video to play here, Joseph, right here. Make a few comments, only a 2-minute short, I think. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
2 minutes, that's a long-ass short. Dude, you know, I love and hate it. Like, my YouTube feed will be like random Nile Red clips, and I'm like, I love this guy's stuff. But it'll be like, 10 minutes of something, and I'm like, but it's a short. I just want to keep on going. Or, I was only watching it for this. Next thing you know, I'm sitting here, I've been done 15 minutes ago, but I'm still just sitting here watching this. I don't want to get up and leave. I don't want to go back to work. I got to clock in, but the Nile Red short.
Talking to Steve Harvey.
I was talking one time and a lady said to me, I said, I believe God created heaven and earth. She said, well, scientifically, it's been proven that it came from a cosmic dust that spun into a ball of gas.
Yeah, because Mr. Potato Head is totally an authority on what reality is. He totally understands science. He's a genius, don't you know?
And it cooled off. I said, okay, let me ask you something. Where did cosmic dust come from?
Okay, Stephen, you already stepped into their trap. None of this cosmic dust.
5-week vacation. Holy shit. 5 weeks. The couple of days I'm going to be at the Ark Encounter and the couple of days coming back will be the only vacation I've had since 2023 when I was in Milwaukee. And even that was semi-work, and I was kind of stuck with a jerk ass. So yeah, haven't had a real vacation in years.
Or spinning around ball is true. Okay. Now, if you're going to try to push, you're already on the wrong trail here. Okay. It's a long. Call me sometime. 855 Big.
Laura been marathoning the debates with Grayson and Hovind. Awesome. And yeah, he's asking Neil deGrasse Tyson to debate him. I'd honestly love to see that. That would be something to see. It's not going to happen, but that'd be great to see.
I know extension 3. I'd be glad to talk. I'm on your show if you like. And with who's the other guy? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'll debate him right on your show.
Oh, it was Steve. So wait, he's. Hang on, Kent. We're going back a hair just because I want to make sure what Kent just said is what he said. Because if that's the case, then Kent's situational awareness and actual comprehension of what's going on is completely gone.
Proven that it came from a cosmic dust that spun into a ball of gas and it cooled off. I said, okay, let me ask you something. Where did cosmic dust come from?
Okay, Stephen, you already stepped into their trap. None of this cosmic dust or spinning around ball is true. Okay. Now, if you're going to try to push, you're already on the wrong trail here. Okay. It's a long. Call me sometime. 855 Big Dino extension 3. I'd be glad to talk. I'm on your show if you like.
Oh no, he didn't. He didn't offer a debate. He wanted to talk with him. Yeah, that's exactly what you do, Kent. Your entire MO is based around the idea of making factual science seem ridiculous by following a logic chain of what ifs and where and hows that thus lead to a rejection of these entire concepts. Otherwise, y'all wouldn't care about the goddamn laws of thermodynamics so fucking much when you don't even know them.
And with who's the other guy? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'll debate him right on your show. That'll bring a lot of views. Please call. Okay.
And then she said, it's part of the universe. I said, where did the universe come from? She says, part of the galaxy. I said, where did the galaxy?
Oh no, Kent is going to the art protest. Like that's pretty much certain.
Come from? I'm just trying to get to where something formed something.
We can do that. We say, where did dust come from? It came from the cores of stars. And where
Dust came from the core of the stars. You guys, you don't have a way to
You are right, Billy. That is a reference to The Critic. Love that show.
start from actually nothing, do you? You got to have something to start with, and you got to have life to get started before your evolution theory kicks in. Anyway, let's go ahead, Neil. By the way, open challenge, anytime. Bring it up.
where did that come? And then ultimately we get to the Big Bang. Then you say, well, where did the Big Bang come from? And I said, I have no idea. It is a
Sorry, Nick. For some reason I remember that, but I keep on, like, doubting myself, and I don't want to open mouth insert foot. So I apologize for never being able to remember and give you the first name treatment. I have some trouble remembering names, honestly. It takes a while to build the proper associations.
You have no idea where the Big Bang came from. Now follow this logic, okay?
frontier of science. We've got top people working on it. You want to put God?
It's a frontier of science. We got the top people working on it. But until then, you don't know, do you? Therefore, it's not part of science yet. Science is what we can observe, study, test, and demonstrate. Not theories, not fairy tales, not maybe. We hope so. Maybe we're going to find evidence one day. Until then, it's not science. How can you guys not get that? But see,
Yeah, he did.
you won't admit that what you have is a religion. Neil, all you have is a religious belief, which is fine. And so do I. But why are we all paying for years to be taught? Like it's
Steve Harvey isn't an authority on a goddamn thing.
part of science. Why don't you get it out of our science classes and into a religion class? Why are the public schools supporting a religion? Why?
God there. I don't have a problem with that. But why won't you allow me to ask you, where did God come from?
I was talking one time.
So you don't know where the Big Bang came from. You don't know where the matter, energy, or space came from. And we don't know where God came from because just the question's invalid.
And it's all fucking irrelevant to the fact of the matter.
Where did God come from is an invalid question, like asking, why are elephants orange?
Where did the Big Bang come from is an invalid question. It's not how causality works. Bing. Win.
They're not orange. I can't answer why they're orange because they're not orange. So God didn't come from anywhere. He's always been. He's outside of time, space, matter. We're the ones that are stuck in time, space, matter. How many of you have ever wished you could go back 5 seconds to undo the dumb thing you just did? Yeah. We're stuck in time. We can't go back. God's not stuck in time. He's right now at your funeral and what
Yeah, because extension 3 is again the one for people to have a friendly chat with them. Extension 4 is the set up the big debate extension.
watching your birth, and he's everywhere at the same time. So I'm sorry, Steve, have me on your show, please. Everybody call Steve, say have Ken Hovind on your show.
Watercress is having fun here. Please call me at 855 Big Dino. Please call me at this number that I've mentioned at least 50 times today. Welcome to Ken Hovind, Watercress. Welcome to Ken Hovind.
Okay, comments and questions, brother. Sorry for going so long.
Yeah, I've got a comment. You suck. And I have a
Plenty
question.
of them. Okay.
Question, why do you suck so much? And a follow-up question, why can't you just start sucking less?
Okay. I was just reading this Quora thing. I thought somebody's got to respond. Do Trinitarians go to heaven? Well, anybody who accepts Jesus Christ as their Savior goes to heaven. I don't think you have to be right on every doctrine. So I don't know what you mean by the question. Sorry about that.
So as we're talking about email and stuff, reminder, I've got an email address in my channel description. Sorry, I'm playing with a battery since it's sitting on my desk. If I need to fidget with something. That was that clunking sound you heard. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, got an email. Having an ADD moment. There's Discord link down in the video descriptions. I know it's good, so if you're not in there for some reason, you might want to join. It's a place. And then other links lead to other online things that I do or services I provide or something. And yeah, check those out.
You go over the rapture timeline. It would take 2 hours. I do that in my video series, What on Earth is About to Happen. You can call that up there, Joseph. It's here in front of me somewhere. This is the chart behind me. And my $25, is that the big chart? Krista, do you know? How much is the big chart? I can't hear you. I still can't hear her. What did she say? 25, okay. And the smaller one is
Literally said it was $100 on there.
$10 if you want to get that. I put a huge amount of effort into getting what I'm convinced is what the Bible teaches on the subject, okay, the timeline. Or the book, What on Earth's About to Happen, or the video series, please. I don't want to give a 2-hour answer here now. Okay, let's see. Do what God told you to do. You're going to be hated no matter what you do. I know. Jesus said, when they hate you, rejoice. Great is your reward in heaven. You atheists, you're racking up rewards for me like you're not going to believe.
Yes, which means you're in it for yourself and these rewards you'll get. You're in it for the cashing out the bonus points at the end and not for the actual message. Way to betray what you really think is going on, Kent. Because, of course, the greed is what matters.
Get to heaven on them golden streets. I'm going to get to drive a Toyota Prius. I love that little car. 330,000 miles, still going. Love it. Anyway, what's your opinion of Young Hoon Kim's opinion of life after? I don't know who he is or what he says.
Y'all expect Kent, this guy to know Kent to know fuck all about anything, and don't get me started on this ass clown.
Oh, theorizes consciousness survives after death, rooted in quantum physics. Has an IQ of 276. That's off the charts.
It's off the charts, but somehow we could chart it. That totally makes sense. Yeah, it's a load of shit.
To know more specifically what he believes, consciousness survives after death. So that sounds a little strange. I'll be glad to listen to what he says, but it sounds a little off there, okay? Being in Peoria, do you know Pastor Stephen Snook? I've not been to Peoria for a long time. I was born and raised there, East Peoria, and preached there many times, but boy, it's been... The name does not ring a bell. But of course, I forgot more things than I can remember. But that's a good sign. You know about that, right, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
3 signs of a genius. One's a poor memory. And I forgot the other 2. But okay, let's see. Joe Heathen supporter. I'm sure getting confused about all the Christian religions. I know. I studied them all that I can find out. I decided independent temperamental Baptist is the closest I can find. All I care is, what does this book say right here? God's word. The label on the can, I think, is...
Except every time different groups read that, they come up with different interpretations. It's funny how that works, Kent.
Important so other people know what you believe. But I am a Baptist without apology. Got a great big Genesis Baptist Church and big letters this big over our church. No apology there. I did a whole series, about a year ago, why I'm not a Catholic, a Lutheran, a Methodist. I went through all the different ones, major ones.
Did you cover why you're not a decent human being?
And watch that video series. I'm Jewish, leaning more toward intelligent design than creationism. You think ID is wrong? I think ID is obvious. There's an intelligent designer. I bet there was an intelligent designer of this pen. Now, which one? Is it Allah, Buddha, Jehovah? That becomes a different argument. Get over the first bump first. Yes, there's a God. Then, if you really study, and call me anytime, you'll find out Jesus was the Messiah. Jesus.
Oh yeah, just I can't just let the Jewish person be a Jew. I got to be like, oh, Jesus was the Messiah, and you don't believe that? There's something horribly wrong with you because I'm an anti-Semitic piece of shit. Hovind.
Jesus was God himself come down in the flesh. God said, I'm going to come do this for you. I gave the law. None of you can keep it. I'll come do it for you. And then I'll let them crucify me to be your sacrifice, like Cain and Abel.
And there you go. By that logic, it's automatic, and there should be no requirement of acceptance. Ergo, it's a non-issue.
Cain brought his fruit and vegetables. Hey, God, look what I did for you. God wouldn't take it. Abel brought a sacrifice.
Yeah, because God's a piece of shit. Oh, wow, I'm not accepting the sacrifice offering made by the guy who specializes in plants and such. That don't matter. Give me the fucking meat. Give me the blood. This God's a piece of shit. Terrible character. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
All through the Bible, it's a river of blood. It takes blood sacrifice to pay for sins. And you Jews
But it's totally not a blood cult. Totally not a death cult. Nope.
have rejected the Messiah. He still will accept you. It's not too late. Okay? And you will one day. Okay? The whole nation of Israel is going to be converted in a moment when they see him come in the clouds. Now, it's going to be too late for them. They're going to have to go through the time of God's wrath. But watch my video series on what on earth is about to happen. Okay? Call me anytime. Can you explain how during the time of Noah, the oceans were made from fresh water? Well, we know that the oceans are gaining salt every day. All the rivers run off the land into the ocean.
Just let me remind you that these are people coming here thinking that Kent Hovind is an authority on anything when he doesn't even know the Bible for shit.
And the evaporation takes out only the water. So the salt content in the ocean is 3.6%. And it's increasing. If you do the math on it, you'll say, wow, at the time of Noah's flood, it was all fresh water. Noah didn't have to bring water on board. And all of the moon pools in the ark would have been full of 15 or 20 feet of
you got to bring it with moon pools. Moon pools, moon pools.
fresh water. You want to water the animals? Turn the valve. Close the valve. You want to take a shower? Turn the valve.
They hadn't invented valves, Kent. I've had plenty of commenters bring that up. They wouldn't have had valves, spigots, anything of the sort. They weren't that advanced.
Fresh water. They're living in it. So the oceans have gradually become saltier. I covered that on video number 1 about the salinity. And some animals have had to adapt to it. We have saltwater crocodiles and freshwater crocodiles. Now, they might have had a common ancestor called a crocodile. There are saltwater bass and freshwater bass, saltwater clams, freshwater clams. But that doesn't prove a clam is related to an elephant. So yeah, animals can adapt to a slow salt change, salinity change, no problem. You still visit churches for conferences? Very rarely, Dave. I am sorry. I am so swamped right here. I can reach more people sitting here than I can traveling. I got to walk about 80 feet from my house over here. Used to be, I had like 14 million miles on all the airlines. I fly all over the place. I'm not against it. I just don't have time. Okay. I can do it, come in by, was it Skype or Zoom? Joseph, you can set me up.
I can come in through Skype. Skype will shut down, Kent. I know it's going to be another 15 years before you get the memo, but Skype no longer exists.
I come to your church anytime. Email Joseph, text support at drdino.com. And I like to do an extra show as I did today at 3 o'clock. What was her name? Diana Wedge show. Okay. I'll do any podcast. Have me on as a guest. I can do it from here and be right by my house. I love my Prius upgraded to Lexus, but my Prius was a great little car. Well, thank you, Scott. I'd like to get another one here for the staff to use.
Not to humble brag, but I upgraded from a Prius to a Lexus. Yes, I'm far above. I mean, I love the Prius, but I have to go for higher quality cars than a Toyota. It's little things like that, little comments that show how out of touch the reality of middle America is, the actual people who, because the real middle America is basically dead. The middle America that exists is the upper echelon, the people who can afford shit like that and aren't struggling constantly. The kind who always vote for fuckwads like Trump. Who think that being able to just go for a Lexus is just say it like it's something normal. It's wild. It'd be like the idea of going to sleep in the city and not hearing a gunshot. What? You mean you live in places where you don't hear guns? Wow.
Around here. I found one in Mobile, a 2016, for what, $12,000. That's about 11,600 more than I've got. So, any more, Joseph? Okay. How to gently talk to high schoolers who have been taught evolution, but have not been given any reason to think these theories are flaws. Well, you start off by cracking the shell a little bit. I say, kids, the moon's going around the Earth. Yeah. The moon's getting farther away. Yeah. Well, that means it used to be closer.
And all of these things are explained in immaculate detail by astrophysicists who have done the math on this. Additionally, all the material of the moon was once Earth. It's all perfectly explained. And the scale of the Earth's recession, the moon's recession from the Earth, is not what you think it is.
Okay. How close can you bring the moon before that becomes a problem? First of all, the tides get higher. Then at some point, like two magnets, they will snap together. And that point is about 1 to 1.2 billion years ago, when the lunar orbit collapses. So why are we telling the kids it's 4.6? Wow. I think a little fact like, hey, reptiles never stop growing. The Bible says before the flood came, people lived to be 900. And there are hundreds of legends from other countries about a golden age. Just Google golden age. And, oh yeah, man, used to live to be 1,000. Why would they have a crazy legend like that? It's true. They used to live to be nearly 1,000. And reptiles that never stop growing would become the dinosaurs. Now, after the flood, things changed. You need to watch my video series, okay? Tell you what, get a high schooler that's been taught all this evolution stuff and say, look, I'll give you $200 if you'll watch this thing. Okay, 500. One guy in Dallas.
Like, people just got 500 to give people. That's fucking mental, Kent.
Paid his kids before they went off to college $5,000 to watch my video series. He said, Brother Hovind, it changed their life. Not because it's me, it's just the facts. God made the world. Supporter, $10 from Jake Mara. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. Love you, praying for you, brother. Keep it up. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. It's free. What else you want? Okay, Joseph, any more? My throat's about gone again. Okay, tomorrow and next day, open mic. Atheists, call in. Some of you that I named, call in. You brave keyboard warrior. Support your contention that I'm a tax protester.
Yes, from the guy who challenges everybody to debates but won't actually put in the legwork to set these things up himself. Yep, that's talk about keyboard warriors. The only coward here is you, Kent. Also, those are comments from 4 to 5 years ago. Those people have moved on with their lives, I'm sure.
I'll show you the facts of my case, if you like. I know you don't want to hear the facts because you like to believe something bad about me, so you can reject the truth that I share. I know why. I got it all figured out. See you tomorrow. Bye.
No, the truth you share isn't truth, and you're also a shitty person. And there's a stupid dino. Congratulations. We won. We went through it. Everybody say yay. Sorry, I had to yawn there for a second. Y'all caught a bit of that. Nephews going to 6th grade, they believe this shit that people live to be 900 years old. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. I mean, slipping some R and Raw in there would do good, but you'd have to do it very gracefully. Ken has no concept of money. It's like water to him. He takes it all and pisses it all away. Yep. Yep, cat worship. Definitely. All right. That's that. I don't have anything else to say. I'm tired. I've still got a hell of a day ahead of me tomorrow. So that's that. Thanks for the comments, super chats, likes. Share the video, like it if you haven't already. Links below, as always. You want to join the Discord if you're not in it. You want to check out some of the other stuff I do, if you haven't already. And yeah, that's gonna be that. Much love, everyone. Catch y'all next time. Yamato.